What's up, 60 gang? It's your boy Doug. February 3rd, 2025. We already getting on into it. I would like to say welcome back to my channel on YouTube. My Douglas Monroe page has been, the strike has been lifted. I'm back so I can go back to uploading on my primary channel, which is Douglas Monroe. I'll still go ahead and keep up with my Mr. Want Some channel. That's Mr. Want Some without the A. I picked up a few subscribers over there, but I'm back to my original channel. It appears that YouTube lifted my strike and opened my channel back up yesterday. So now I can go back to uploading. I'm out here now just taking care of some loose ends. I am going to go to the UPS store and drop off a package. And then I am headed back home to do some working on myself. Got a full week building up for next week starting tomorrow. Get back to the grind because everything I do now is going to be related to May 17th. So I'm trying to get my money right. We decided to make some adjustments to the wedding. We're now going to have two locations. We're going to have the initial wedding's going to take place in my aunt's.
You have a message.
In my aunt's backyard, and then we're going to move from her backyard to a recreation center at Pine Forest Junior High Recreation Center. That's where we're gonna have the reception and everybody get some food and give up the money, whatever they do for the newlyweds. So we're gonna have two locations. Get ready to go ahead and get my tuxedo taken care of and the wedding dress. I already got the rings taken care of. We got to get the catering, and she's got some decorations to buy for the recreation center. And these two locations, I mean, it's going to require chairs. So we got a chair issue. We got 50 guests, and it's just coming along. We start early because I like starting early because you never know at the last minute you have to do something. And if you start early, it gives you more time to take care of those last minute things you may overlook. So that's what we're up to. Getting to be a sunny day. We're up to 38 degrees. I'm in Duluth, Georgia. Headed back home. I'm going to stop at a UPS store and drop off another package. Gwinnett County. Took that. Not gonna catch this light. So, let's go. Oh, she couldn't get it. Cause she's slack. Took too damn long. Here. She can't move unless it's a damn green light. Now she don't know what lane to be in. Gas is down to $2.75, down 20 cents. It's going down. I saw $2.59. I think I'm gonna stop and fill up. Right.
2014, there are riots in, it's called the Maidan Rebellion in Ukraine, which we're not told that we are financing those riots. The newspapers never told us, our government never told us. USAID, which is a CIA front, put $5 into funding those riots.
Акція, тому що там різна допомога. Дивіться, я коли чую, і раніше чув, і сьогодні ми чуємо від Сполучених Штатів Америки, що Америка дала Україні сотні мільярдів, 177, якщо сказати більш точно. Така звучала точна цифра, яку підтримували або голосував Конгрес, тощо різні організації. Дивіться, я як президент воюючої країни вам говорю, ми отримали більше 75. Тобто 100 мільярдів з цих 177 або 200, говорять навіть деякі люди, ми ніколи не отримували. І це важливо. Бо ми говоримо про конкретні речі, бо ми отримали це.
Hello, this is Doug. Hello. I hate that. Hello?
на 70 з чимось мільярдів. Є навчання, тренування, є додатковий транспорт, є не тільки ціну на зброю, були гуманітарні програми, соціальні тощо. Але коли говорять, що Україна під час війни отримала 200 мільярдів на підтримку армії тощо, це неправда. Я не знаю, де всі ці гроші.
Never thought anything like this could happen in America. When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state.
We're starting to see things unravel, the onion layers being pulled back, and information that I never thought in my lifetime I would ever see. And you can see people are beginning to freak out really badly. Barry, what the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about what Elon Musk and Doge are doing. There's a couple of reasons why I say this is the biggest story in history, because we're finding out what the deep state really is. Finding out how deep does the deep state really go. Finding out that they've, for lack of a better word, stolen our money. And we have no idea for how long, and we have no idea in terms of how much. And it all is happening simply because of the person we elected, who pledged, as you just heard. If I'm elected, I am going to obliterate the deep state. So that is happening as we speak. And so over the next however long we're here, I have a lot of stuff to cover. And if you didn't understand, that was Zelensky from Ukraine who was talking. To me, that was the biggest bomb that happened today. Absolutely massive. And you can tell we're on to something when I say we. I'm talking about MAGA, but let's specifically say Trump, Elon, and the team, because there is...
Hello?
Hey, Doug. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning.
Good morning, sweetie. I was giving you a call because I have a job incoming. It's between 9 and 12, a gas oven, freestanding GE. It says one side of the door fell.
One side of the door fell?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll take it.
All right. It's between 9 and 12. That all right for you?
It's going to be close, but yeah, I'll take it.
All right. I'll put it in your box. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right. Thought I was going home, guys. No. No, boy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back. All right, so we're going to Cummings. I was on my way home to do nothing. So, your new card is on the way. Once it gets here. Submit. Enter the last 4 digits of your pay. Okay, so we are going to Cummings, Georgia. Five 5030. 5030. Hidden Meadow. And this is Meadow. Hidden Meadow Drive. Coming. Let's get him a call. Linda Geico. Hello, is this Linda?
Yes, it is.
Linda, my name's Doug with Appliance Repairman. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I'm going to be so happy to see you.
Oh, you are. How about if you tell me if the address I'm about to give you is correct? Ready?
All right.
I've got
Ready.
5030 Hidden. Is it Meadow instead of Meadow? Meadow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's Meadow.
I got Meadow. Correct?
Yes.
Drive.
Yes, that's Drive.
And that's going to be incoming.
Yes, it is.
Coming. Hang on. I'm trying to give you an ETA.
Oh, that's fine.
Hidden Meadow Drive. Cummings. Come on. CUMM. Okay, there you are. I'm en route and should be arriving in 1 hour. Heavy traffic.
All right.
Heavy traffic.
That sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Take care. We'll see you then.
See you. Bye.
Don't fear credit card debt. Flip the switch.
Because there is nobody in the media talking about it. It is completely run silent. run deep. Nobody. Oh, let's talk about the tariffs. Let's talk about DEI. Let's talk about...
Hello?
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 Good morning. This is Holly. I'm calling to let you know that this
I'm not
enrollment
interested,
period,
Holly.
you could
Quit
enjoy
calling me.
fantastic.
My God. Bloody X, you goddamn.
about the airplanes. And I'm like, there's a bigger story out here. Folks, there's a huge story out here. You want to get into it? No. We've been told not to talk about that. And so the only way you're finding out about this is guys like me, excuse me, obviously people like Alex Jones and other people, but they're all on X and they're all podcasters. There is no mention of this happening in the mainstream media, which should tell you volumes. So if you just didn't have a chance to read the subtitles as Zelensky was speaking, the first big bomb, actually not the first, but one of many, Zelensky says, hey, I've been hearing in the news, America, people talking, saying we got like $200 billion. And I just want to let you know, we didn't get $200 billion. In fact, we didn't even get that much cash. They were sending us weapons and tanks and whatever. But even then, if you took the total of all that stuff, it only came out to about 75 billion only. So where the hell did the other $100 billion go? And why is it just Zelensky just deciding to say it now? Was he afraid to say it? Did people tell him, keep your mouth shut, don't talk to the press, never mention what's going on? And now does he feel emboldened by Trump? And he's going to spill the beans on what Biden and Kamala and whoever else were doing? I don't know. So throughout this video tonight, what I'm going to do, and this is basically going to be a humongous homework assignment, because I don't have the information. I have the reports, and I'm going to begin showing you some things. And you're going to have to dig and start seeing what you can find. And then once you do find it, begin sharing it with everybody, because as we've said, we are the media. None of this is getting out anywhere if we aren't talking about it. You can see it right now, because some of you are probably like, hey, I've been away all weekend. It's been nice. What the hell is Barry talking about? Well, that's the first thing. That's the very first thing. Right off the bat, before we go any further, allegedly, there's $100 billion missing. And so now, we're going to see people scatter. Absolutely scatter. So before I get into something, I want to show you a couple things, because they kind of go along with what Trump has been saying. And there's some pretty big things. Okay, so in regards to the tariffs, Trump posted this and said, anybody that's against tariffs, including the fake news, Wall Street Journal, and hedge funds, is only against them because these people or entities are controlled by China or other foreign or domestic companies. Anybody that loves and believes the United States of America is in favor of tariffs. They should have never ended in favor of the income tax system in 1913. The response to tariffs has been fantastic. So as of right now, I believe the markets are set to the futures, which try to tell you what's going to happen in the markets tomorrow when they open up. They're already down like 700 points. Because the markets are really unstable with what's going on in Canada, Mexico, and China, and then Japan decided to jump into it. So Trump has walked into the entirety of the presidency, and as I've said a couple times, taking this snow globe, and is shaking everything up. In addition to what we're finding out, or not what Doge is finding out, and with what Trump doors he's kicking in, everybody is freaking out. Everybody. And things are happening so fast. This was the slowest news day of the week. And even then, it was like, oh man, how am I going to put all this stuff together? I told these people I'll do a show at 8 o'clock. Obviously, this is the first primetime show I'm doing. This is when the nighttime show will now be this week. Will be 8 o'clock every night. So I said, let me get into it, do a trial run and see if I can't talk about some things. And there's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. So that's what Trump said about the tariffs. Then he said this. The water is now flowing in California. These once empty half pipes are now brimming with beautiful clean water and heading to farmers throughout the state and to Los Angeles. Too bad they refused to do this during my first term. There would have been no fires. I want to thank our great military and the Army Corps of Engineers for their love of our country and speed in getting this emergency done. And there are pictures here with full reservoirs and all kinds of water flowing in California, which leads you to believe, why didn't they do that before? You know, that's the recurring theme that you're going to hear tonight is, well, why didn't you just do it before, these people? How much of this stuff has been intentional to, destroy America? Now, in terms of stepping back into the global scene, Trump decides he's going to make his feelings known about this. South Africa is confiscating land and treating certain classes of people very badly. It's a bad situation that the radical left media doesn't want to so much as mention. 100% true. Many of you know what's been going on in South Africa for quite some time. Media, completely silent. A massive human rights violation at a minimum is happening for all to see. The United States won't stand for it. We will act. Also, I will be cutting off all future funding to South Africa until a full investigation of this situation has been completed. So now, South Africa, welcome to the party. You now have been cut. These countries are not used to people coming in and being so disruptive. When he said America first, I don't know what they thought it meant, but you can see he's out there and he's doing it and he's got people doing it. And I think we're about to see the possibility of recess appointments. He posted this earlier this evening, probably from the plane. Democrats are purposefully delaying virtually all my nominees. No matter how good and well qualified someone is, they're taking maximum time for approval and laughing about it. They're having a good time at the country's expense and safety. If George Washington and Abraham Lincoln were nominated for a position, the Democrats would take it to the last moment before having to approve. It's disgraceful. They can't get over the landslide loss suffered in the presidential election, but the Democrats don't understand. The Democrats don't understand with what they're doing, that their losses will only get greater. I would take that as a very ominous thing that he said. Republicans must get tough and must get tough very fast. We need our nominees now for the safety and good of our country. So obviously he's talking about moving into recess appointments, because you got to get tough means it's time to fight. It's time to get things done. So there was he landed.
Hello?
Hey, Douglas?
Yes.
Hi, I have a job in Fairburn for today between 10 and 12, refrigerator, whirlpool, not cooling. You be interested in that?
No, I can't make that one.
Can you do it another day?
Fairburn? It'll have to be tomorrow between 10 and 12.
10 and 12.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Back in Washington, and he took a few questions at the airport. I want to show you that so you can listen to what he said here.
They violated the agreement. They're not allowed to violate the agreement. China's running the Panama Canal. That was not given to China. That was given to Panama foolishly. But they violated the agreement, and we're going to take it back, or something very powerful is going to happen. Are you planning to increase the tariffs against Canada? Well, it could happen. If they do anything, we will. Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks. Did you know that? Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada. And something's going to happen there. But if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them. And this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent. Millions of people flowed into our country through Mexico and Canada. And we're not going to allow that.
Do you feel that Elon Musk is delivering on his promises to you? Do you feel he's doing a good job right now?
I do. I think Elon's doing a good job. He's a big cost cutter. Sometimes we won't agree with it and we'll not go where he wants to go. But I think he's doing a great job. He's a smart guy, very smart. And he's very much into cutting the budget of our federal government.
Mr. President, I haven't been able to take my eyes off my husband's pants since he tried this morning trick. What happened?
That scared the hell out of me when he said, Elon's out there. He goes, sometimes he wants to do stuff I don't want to go there. I'm like, damn, what kind of stuff does he want to do that's off limits? Just to let you know, Doge is having a X space tonight. Interestingly, Elon's going to be the one running the call at midnight. Don't know why. Don't know why he chose midnight. Some of you guys are late night people. You can probably tune in. I was thinking about covering. Like, should I go ahead and cover this at midnight? I'm like, nah, man. Who knows how long I'll be talking? But what I'll do is I'll cover that in the 3:30 show tomorrow. So Trump mentioned a couple times, if you heard that, and what he said was, number one, if you want to, let me paraphrase what his words were. FAFO. That's pretty much what he said. You're playing a game, and we mean this, and we're going to go forward, and something is going to happen. Those were his exact words. He talked about Panama, and he talked about Canada and Mexico. He said something is going to happen if you don't do what we're told. Immediately, today, as things are happening with the tariffs up in Canada and Mexico, their currency is pooping the bed. It's basically flatlined at this point, and they're dying. There's some people who say their economies won't last a week or two. It's really so bad that some companies, they said at least 50% of the companies are in Canada are now looking to see if they can relocate to America. I don't understand. As I've said before, Canada holds the key to their prison. Mexico holds the key to their prison. All you have to do, from what I've seen and what you've seen, stop the fentanyl and shut the border down. That's it. I haven't seen any other demands. Maybe you guys have.
This is Doug. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hi. Yes, this is Kenneth with Armis Home Claims. Hi. So I am giving you a call here about a mutual customer, Renita Trice.
Right. I think the information about the thermofuse is an error on the wrong work order. The thermofuse is in relation to a dryer. He needs a stator and a rotor, which is pretty much going to be uneconomical for his washing machine. It's totally broken. physically broken.
Broken. Okay. And do you know kind of how that failed?
I wasn't there. I turned the rotor and the stator, and all the components were cracked up and broken up. Customer had no access to it. I know that because it happened underneath the washer.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to get up underneath it. It was in
just
bits and pieces. Yeah.
got it. So just like normal wear and tear.
I would say normal wear and tear.
And so you're recommended to replace it rather than repair?
Yes, sir, because it's going to exceed the value.
Okay, and then if we were to go with the replacement, what would be your service fee balance?
Well, they diagnostic, they paid $79, so I guess you owe them $11. Is that how it goes?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So $79 would be the full fee there.
Right.
Could you send over the paid invoice for that?
I
For the
can.
$79?
I think I've already sent it email, but I can look for it again once I stop driving.
Okay.
I normally
Yes, sir.
I normally
Yes, please.
send it with the photographs.
Okay. So with that, because yeah, it was like a screenshot of it. So we would need, if you're able to, like, get us the full invoice document somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you can turn it into like a PDF.
Because I left the actual receipt with the customer,
Okay.
and I screenshotted it and uploaded it and emailed it. And he's got the actual receipt.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'll check with the customer for that receipt as well.
Okay.
But yeah, when you get a chance, if you could send over the copy you have.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Vernita Trice.
Who do you want to call?
Vernita Trice.
All right, calling Veronica.
Haven't. So if those are the only things he's demanding of you, if the only thing he's telling you is to shut down the water and stop the flow of fentanyl, why wouldn't you do that? That seems pretty much a no-brainer. Hey, I understand. You're right, Donald. Let's go ahead and shut it down. But they won't. We should tell you something else. someone is telling them what to do, and you two, the president of Mexico and Trudeau, you need to fall on the sword, because we need that more than we need you. We need that route.
The YouTube Music app has ad-free playlists just for your ears.
And newcomers, more importantly than we need your country. You have two presidents of two North American countries who all they have to do, shut it down. We're not telling you to do X and Y and Z or put this person in power. All we want you to do is shut down the border and enforce it. And they won't do that. So you have to think about, the guys over there who's running the WEF globalist agenda, why they would go so far as to put their country's economic future in peril just to keep the borders open and keep the flow of other stuff happening. Got to make you think. So there's your first homework assignment. Is there something else that Trump is asking for? Because I haven't seen it. He said the Panama Canal. He gets off the plane and goes, if something doesn't happen, something big's got to happen. Well, something big did happen. Let's look at what happened in the Panama Canal.
Una cosa importante, que es una decisión que adopté y se la comuniqué. El memorándum de entendimiento del año 2017 sobre la ruta de la seda, The Belt and Road Initiative, no será renovado por mi gobierno. Eso es así. Estudiar la posibilidad de si se puede terminar antes o no, pero creo que le toca en 1 o 2 años la renovación, porque es cada 3. Así que esa iniciativa que se firmó, cuando se firmó, en el tiempo que se firmó, no será renovada por mi gobierno. Creo que esta visita abre un camino para construir una nueva etapa de relaciones. Así lo veo yo, así lo sentí de parte del secretario Marco Rubio, y a la vez tratar la medida de lo posible de que se incrementen las inversiones de los Estados Unidos en Panamá. Le expliqué una serie de proyectos de infraestructura que el gobierno tiene en carpeta, en cartera, con el ánimo de que las conozcan y en su momento que se hagan las licitaciones, que comenzarán muy pronto, pues se puede entrar.
So that's the president of Panama who, 2 days ago said, nah, I'm not folding to Trump. We're going to do what we want to do. Marco Rubio gets off a plane down in Panama. It's like, I don't know what happened at the meeting, but it was pure gangster, obviously. They made him an offer he can't refuse, to the point where he came out to a podium and go, yeah, not only are we going to enter talks, we're going to cancel the deal we have with China. We are seeing the globe shake right now. And Trump is wielding power that I haven't seen a United States president wield in quite some time. And he's doing it very, very fast. And he's got people that he's dispatching and saying, go take care of this, go take care of that. And they're coming back with big wins, huge wins. So we're going to hear some stuff this week, obviously, that Canada and or Mexico, one of the two, they're not going to be able to keep it up. He may even step up the tariff on both those countries to 50%. Who knows? But he's going to keep tightening till he gets what he wants. He's using the power of the United States to his advantage. And the media's screaming. You would think you would be rooting for your home team. I mean, you're supposedly on our side. You wear our uniform, right? You're an American. But oddly, that's not how they're portraying it. They're portraying it as if Trump is doing something bad. All of this just leads to tell you that, and I'm going to show you, that the media is 100% complicit. Many of us knew it. Many of us said, there's no way you could be paying Joy Reid $4 or $5 million. There's no way you could be paying Rachel Maddow $20-25 million or Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper was pissed off with Stephen Miller today. Stephen Miller got him to say that it was basically trying to insult Kamala by saying, it happened while Kamala was doing it. They're running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and they don't make any sense. So,
searching for a reliable
this next piece, and for all the Russia nuts out there, is really going to make these people just like completely freak out.
Что изменилось, что ли, со времен Байдена? Да ничего не изменилось. Они с удовольствием выполняли любой приказ со стороны Вашингтона при Байдене. Просто им Трамп не нравится, они с ним боролись активно, да, реально вмешивались в политическую жизнь, предвыборный процесс в Соединенных Штатах, а потом растерялись, когда Трамп вдруг выиграл. И потом Байден ментально им больше нравился, понимаете, ментально. А у Трампа другие представления о том, что такое хорошо, что такое плохо, в том числе в этой гендерной политике, в некоторых других вопросах, им как бы не нравится это. Но я вас уверяю, Трамп с его характером, с его настойчивостью, он наведет там порядок довольно быстро. И все они, вот увидите, это произойдет быстро, скоро, все они станут у ноги хозяина и будут нежно помахивать хвостиком.
I don't know if you could, I hope you guys all could read what he said, but the end, he's like, in the end, they will all bow at the master's feet, talking about Trump. So he's winning, and he's starting to do things on a global scale, and Putin is sitting back going, yeah, watch what happens here. This guy's kicking butt, and they're going to bow to his feet real soon. Because his personality and his persistence, they are not going to be able to beat him. Now, if you show that video or talk about it or share it on X, you get people that absolutely freak out and call you Russia. You're carrying the water for Putin. No, this is about Trump. So let me segue into showing you some of the stuff that has happened with what Elon's been doing. As people around the world begin to kiss the ring, it's only a matter of time before the people here who are opposing Trump have to kiss the ring as well. This story came out in the Daily Wire. And let me go ahead and bring this up so you guys can see it. Where is it? Hold on one second. I just got to format it so you can see it. Okay. And it's called Weekend Warrior. Wait one second. I got to move that over so you can see it. One second. Hold on. I'm doing some editing here live so we can talk about this. And all right, so here we go. It's not as neat as I'd like it, but at least we can talk about it. All right, so if you guys haven't seen this article before, this is on the Daily Wire, and it's called Weekend Warrior. Elon Musk reveals how Doge is cutting billions in spending every single day. And this was at, I don't see what time it is, but it was today. All right, so check this out. The Department of Doge appears to have gotten off to a fast start. Elon Musk, who leads Doge, delivered a number of updates on his social media platform on Friday going into the weekend about what it takes to cut government spending by billions of dollars. So this is just a quick recap. And he brought up this tweet here. And this tweet here is updated data on DEI-related contract cancellations with full detail. Now, I think, let me just make sure that I have this here in a bigger format for you to see. Where is it here? Okay. Let me bring it this way. Boom. Look at these numbers. This is just the DEI cutting and what these agencies were doing. CFPB, which was Elizabeth Warren's baby, that's 20 million. Department of Agriculture, 113 million. Who's a big one here? DHS, Department of Health and Human Services, 60 million. Homeland Security, 43 million. Department of Treasury, 35 million. Then you get down here to OPM, Office of Personnel Management, $516 million. $516 million just on DEI. Never mind any of the other stuff. Not the rent, not the employees, not payroll, none of it. $516 million on DEI. And on and on and on. And then I just want you to familiarize yourself with that last one. U.S. aid, $375 million for a total of $1.2 billion that they were able to shave off just by stopping DEI. That's it. Just, hey, can we just stop all this crap? Okay, if we stop all this crap, yeah, wow, we just saved 1.2 billion. Billion with a B. As I was talking to you yesterday, I was showing you numbers, and sometimes as we talk tonight, these numbers can get quite overwhelming. And again, you can go verify these. And these numbers are your dollars. Your money is being spent on all the crap that I'm about to show you. Because I thought it was bad. Yesterday when I talked to you, it's so much worse. So much worse. It is so epically worse in terms of what is going on. Elon put this out and said Doge is on the war path. Government corruption we've seen, corruption we haven't even seen yet. So as he's talking about the billions and billions and billions of dollars that they're finding and going, cut, they are now realizing, which he's probably going to talk about at midnight tonight, they've got so much that they haven't even gotten to yet. Remember, his team is working 24/7. They're sleeping in the offices and rotating in and out between rest. And they keep finding more and more and more of your money being spent in stupid places, which nobody can even account for. Zelensky says, I don't even know where 100 billion is. It didn't come here. 100 billion, I don't know where it is. Okay, now that we're knowing where it's coming, and then I'm going to jump around a bit here. Career Treasury officials are breaking the law every hour of every day by approving payments that are fraudulent or do not match the funding laws passed by Congress. So I told you yesterday, they have never turned down a disbursement. If they're supposed to send money and they get it in front of them, they're sending money. They don't care if it's to a known fraudulent person or organization, or even if it's going to a terrorist organization. Their only job is to send the money and keep sending it. He's quoting about the statute here, which is 31 USC 3325, which talks about the vouchers section of the code, specifically under Title 31, which deals with money and finance. And it goes through the entire how this is supposed to be run, and they're ignoring it. Just as he summarized it here, the numbers and money that they're sending out, as bad as it is without them ever looking, don't match what's been approved by Congress. You've got this agency that's just out here sending money out, and they have no regard to what's been passed in Congress or what law. I'd love to have that. Can you imagine? What do you mean you're not following the law? Nobody's checking. Nobody comes here. Nobody comes to this office and knocks on the door. Nobody ever checks what we're doing. All we're told to do is just keep hitting the button and send this money. It sounds absolutely ludicrous. Well, it is absolutely ludicrous. Your money is going out the door faster than you can even imagine. Where is this? There's so much here. Okay. So this thing, USAID, they named it that way to make it seem like it was aid. But USAID stands for United States Agency of International Development. Oh, I'm sure you thought it was, let's help the poor people. Let's help the people get water in Africa or earthquake in XYZ country. Oh, no. That's not what it is at all. It is the deep state slush fund. As you heard RFK Jr. say at the beginning of this video, now it has been determined this is the target. This is well, at least so far from what they've seen. So, breaking. USAID senior officials put on leave after physically trying to stop Doge from accessing agency systems. They actually had people fight them and fight his people to make sure they didn't get into the system. Even though they were given access by the Treasury Secretary, these thugs in this office realized we're screwed. So we might as well fight. Two USAID officials, John Voorhees and his deputy, were put on leave late Saturday night after refusing to allow Doge members access to the systems. The Doge members threatened to physically call the police after being refused entry. They were trying to access the security and personnel files. Federal officials are concerned that Trump is trying to fold USAID into the U.S. State Department in an effort to cut corruption and bloat. Why are they concerned? USAID employs approximately 10,000 people, excluding contractors, with 2/3 of them overseas. 60 USAID members were already put on leave last week after trying to circumvent President Trump's executive order on stopping foreign aid. So just understand the picture you're hearing about this one agency. These people are freaking out so much that they're willing to get physical. And they're just the office staff, which means this is the giant Pandora's box. And now people are going through this stuff and they're like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. And they're finding it all. It's so bad, worse than you ever even imagined. How bad? Okay, how bad? Here's how bad. Mike Benz, if you're not following Mike Benz, go ahead and start following Mike Benz. His entire X profile at this point has become a profile in how to expose all of this. Anyway, that's Mike Benz, and we're going to have him on the show. I actually had him booked one time, but we had to reschedule. He goes, why was USAID funding the production of heroin in Afghanistan? U.S. taxpayer, you, are helping to irrigate, fertilize Afghan opium funding for the Taliban. Go ahead and read that and let that sink in.
YouTube Premium is...
Taxpayer dollars were sent to Afghanistan to help irrigate the fields where the poppies are growing, so that they can harvest the drug. You understand the connotation that comes with that. You now understand who really is importing all this stuff. Who's really selling it? Because I've thought for many years, hey man, why do we even have a drug problem in this country? Can't we just stop the stuff from coming in? Or is it not supposed to be stopped? Whose product is it? Whose product? It's yours. It's mine. You don't see any of the funds from it, but you're paying for it. Feds, U.S. taxpayer funds, are helping to irrigate, fertilize Afghan opium for the Taliban. You know, the guys that were trying to kill us, we're helping them grow products so that they can sell it all around the world and here in America. It's all coming out. It's all coming out, and people are absolutely losing it. So I'm just telling you, begin looking at all this stuff. Now we got, as I told you yesterday, about somebody emailed me and said, hey, listen, when you were talking about Wally the Nigerian prince, understand he's been here for quite some time, and you made it sound like he was a newcomer. No, I didn't. I was reading specifically what was in his bio. So you got to pay attention here, because now we're talking about Wally again. Elon says that the most entertaining outcome, especially if ironic, is most likely. The former deputy of the Secretary of the Treasury was born in Nigeria. Was he in charge of approving these fraudulent payments? He was in charge of the guy who was issuing the payments. It was his underling, under his direct report. And if you look at his bio, I'm just reading what it says. He was the first president of the Obama Foundation. He served during the Obama administration as Deputy National Security Advisor for International Economics. And there's Wally. There's Wally. Anybody else find it odd that a guy who was the director and in charge of money for the Obama Foundation happens to be pulling the purse strings? That couldn't be a conflict of interest there. Nah. It gets real deep. I wanted to show you this thing. Where is Michael Flynn? All right, so let's look at this. Now it's the Lutheran faith. The use of religion as a money laundering operation must end. And so, as you know, there's the Catholic charities and all these things that sound like they're helping various religions. So this one here is called, and make sure you're sitting down as we go through this, the Lutheran Family Services. Sounds so nice. They're helping people. And affiliated organizations, in addition to the Lutheran Family Services, receive massive amounts of taxpayer dollars, and the numbers speak for themselves. These funds total billions of American taxpayer dollars. This is from Mike Flynn. He started to dig in. Here are just the few recent grants awarded pre-RFK Jr. by the Department of Health and Human Services. To the Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Service, $367 million. Understand, this NGO here, who's associated with the Lutheran Church, is getting $367 million of your money to help the refugees. Next up was the Lutheran Social Services of the South, not to be confused with, Lutheran Services of Florida or the Lutheran Services of the North. Lutheran Social Services of the South pulled in a cool $134 million. Lutheran Services of Florida pulled in $83 million. 83 and 134 is about 215. 215 and 367. You're approaching $600 million for this one umbrella organization group. Anybody throwing up yet? I mean, because right now your stomach is probably thinking, you got to be kidding me. And meanwhile, we're giving people in North Carolina $750, and these people got $600 million. So let me ask you a question. If groups that we can trace, like the Lutheran people here, pulled in $600 million, I'm going to ask you a question. How much is Justin Trudeau or whoever pulling in? And from who? How much is Mexico pulling in? And from who? You see, these are just people we know of. And these people were getting 600 million. 600 million. Keep saying it to yourself, 600 million. 600 million can make you do a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing. So just think, the entire country, this is just one organization. If this one organization got $600 million, what would you pay a country to bring in new I mean, look at the name of the company. Yeah, the Immigration and Refugee Services. And they paid them this kind of money. What do you think Canada's been getting? 600 million? Probably double that. What's Mexico been given? Probably double that. All off the books. Remember, they had an office at the Treasury who sent money unquestioned. This is stuff that they're finding. It's stunning what you're paying for. Let's continue to what General Michael Flynn says here. There are, quote, many more organizations cashing in on our hard-earned money. These entities are receiving huge sums, which raise serious questions about how taxpayer funds are being spent and who's benefiting. It's time to hold these organizations accountable. American taxpayers deserve transparency. Enough is enough. And there's much more where these screenshots come from below. And you could go to Michael Flynn's X page and just pull this up, because it's going to be too small on here. Now you're starting to think. Now you're saying, wait a second. That's a lot of flipping money. Who's running these organizations? Well, guess. President and CEO of Global Refuge, which is formerly the Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Organization, was Krishanti Omara Vignahaja, and she's an American lawyer serving as president and CEO of Global Refuge. Oh, what did she used to do? Well, she previously served in the Obama White House as policy director for First Lady Michelle Obama, and at the State Department as senior advisor under Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Secretary of State John Kerry. So wait a second. The woman who's in charge of the Lutheran organizations, she's not Lutheran at all, but she named it as such, so it looks very nice, and she's got 600 million of your money. Well, she used to work for Michelle and Barack and Hillary and Kerry, and there you go. This stinks to high heaven. This is why July 13th probably happened. This is why people with the office wanted to fight, actually fist fight, keep him out of these computers. They know what's about to. It's already happened. I want to say it's happening. Maybe I will stay up at midnight and hear what Elon has to say. Maybe he had to wait until midnight because they had to wait for Trump to get back so they could go over all the stuff he's going to release. I don't know. But this incestuous web is knee-deep with the Obamas. The other guy, Wally the Nigerian, used to work for Obama. Krishanti Magnahara, whatever the hell her name is, yeah, she worked for Obama and Hillary and John Kerry. How these people all stayed in a position where they had access to the money is beyond me. And now no one ever looked. For the last 4 years, they've been taking your money however they wanted to and dispersing it to whoever they wanted it to. And
this is Hidden Meadows in Cumming, Georgia. Nice little neighborhood, nice and clean. Again, welcome back to Douglas Monroe channel. I've had my strike lifted yesterday. So I will be now going back to logging on this channel. Mr. 17 is still active. I will be logging a duplicate. So I will log the same content on both channels, because I've gained a nice following on the Mr. 17 channel, so I don't want to neglect my followers on that channel. So it'll be a dual log and a dual vlog on both channels. So glad to be back and just keep you with the real time of my life and times, and enjoy the view. In case some of you guys are thinking about moving to Georgia, you can see some of the areas that I cover and some of the homes and neighborhoods, and maybe give you some kind of idea of, wow, maybe I should move to such and such town, and you get to see what I see. Be back. That was quick. Don't take me long to do nothing, buddy. Let's go ahead and fix this check so I can put it in the bank. La la la. I was gonna do nothing today, so this is doing nothing. I'm always out here. It's when you say don't do nothing, you become your busiest day. Now watch. I might be wrong, but the moment I get to my neighborhood, I'm gonna get a phone call. 20. Okay, turn that on. Put that down there. We gotta find the UPS store. That's the next stop. I gotta go turn this thing in. Hold up.